Are you someone who is thinking to start gardening or who is not confident to maintain your garden? I am going to share 10 tips so that you can start your gardening journey. I am going to divide it into two stages. The first one will be the pre-planning stage and second one will be the implementation stage. Point number 1 is to assess your garden space. It can be a vast open space or a limited area like mine, or a balcony or a terrace. Even a wall can be transformed into a beautiful garden. It all depends on how you imagine it to be. The thing to keep in mind is the amount of sunlight you get, or the airflow, or the humidity. All these will influence your garden. If yours is an apartment balcony, you also need to monitor what is the seasonal variation in your balcony, because depending on where the balcony is facing to and depending on the floor size, it will change. If there is any blockage in front of your balcony, that another apartment block is there, it will limit the amount of sunlight which is coming in. These are the parameters which you need to assess first before you start your garden. Point number 2 is to decide what type of garden you are going to make. It can be a fruit garden, or a flower garden, or a foliage garden, or a mix of everything. You need to decide it according to the point number 1 what you have followed. Because fruit trees and flowering trees require more sunlight. If your garden area is not getting too much of sunlight, it will be difficult to grow this kind of plants. Then you have to go with foliage or different varieties. Point number 3 is to go for local. Nowadays, because of online shopping, you will get any plant anywhere in the world. But it may not be suitable for your climatic condition. It is always better to go for local varieties of plants so that the care and maintenance can be much more simple. And you won't kill the plant immediately. So they will thrive in your climatic conditions. Point number 4 is understanding the plant care. Each plant has its own requirement in terms of sunlight, watering, and the climatic conditions. You need to understand what is required for the plant which you are going to grow. Point number 5 is to select good quality seeds or saplings. That is the one which is going to decide the growth of your plant. Always source good quality seeds. And if you are going for a sapling, go for a good quality in terms of a hybrid or grafted one. The smaller the plant, it requires more care. If the sapling is bit more bigger, it requires lesser care. So select the saplings accordingly. Now let's look at the second phase, which is the implementation phase. The most important point to start with is to invest in good quality tools and equipments. It can be the gardening tools or the pot. Go for good quality one so that it will last long. Point number 7 is to keep the garden organic. When you use chemical fertilizers and pesticide, you might see quick result, but in the long run, that is going to damage the quality of the soil. Try to keep the garden pure and organic. Point number 8 is to define a gardening routine. Depending on the amount of time what you can spend, create a routine so that you will go for regular plant care like watering or pruning or fertilizing and everything. Point number 9 is to embrace patience. Nature has its own pace. How much ever you try to push, it will yield according to its own cycle. Learn to enjoy the journey than to look for the result. And last point is it is okay to fail. Everyone have killed plants. I have killed so many plants. All you need to do is understand what went wrong and try again. I hope these 10 tips will help you to start your gardening journey. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Share it with others as well. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.